All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we got something really interesting. We're going to break down a playbook, a literal guide that we got our hands on. It lays out step by step how you design a digital campaign to try and persuade a tech giant like Google. So let's get right into it. The big question is this: how do you even begin to ask a company as huge as Google to change its mind? Especially about something so sensitive, right? Like what it shows on its maps. Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today. We're going to dissect a source document that gives us a playbook for how it's done. Okay, first things first. Any campaign playbook will tell you you have to know exactly what you're asking for. And this one is no different. It all starts with crafting a formal, official request. But here's the thing. It's not just a complaint. It's way more strategic. It's a structured appeal for a change in their process. And this is where it gets really interesting. When you look at the actual letter template in the source, you see the campaign isn't just yelling, "Hey, change this label." No, it's much smarter. It makes three very specific demands. First, show us your work. What are your criteria and sources? Second, open up a transparent review process. And third, give us a way to officially submit our own evidence. See, it's all about the process, not just demanding a different result.
All right, so you've got your ask. Now let's get into the digital toolkit. This is where you see the real strategy in action. The source document lays out this incredible multi-level toolkit. It's a masterclass, really, in how you tailor your message for different platforms, each with its own job to do.
Check out the difference in tone here. It's night and day, and it's totally intentional. The playbook gives you two scripts. For the official emails to press and support, you get this formal, super detailed message that lays out the whole argument. But for that public report a problem button that anyone can click, the advice is to keep it short, direct, and easy to copy and paste. It's a brilliant tactic, right? Go for volume and speed where it counts.
And then you've got the public-facing message. This is the one for your petitions, for social media, the one everyone sees. And look at how it's framed. It's all about a value that's hard to argue with, that users deserve clear, sourced information. It's a really powerful angle. And what's more, the source material actually provides this in both English and French, which is a clear move to get as many people on board as possible.
So, we've got the what, the specific asks, and the how, the different messages. But what about the when? How do you actually roll all this out? Well, this is the heart of the playbook. The source document calls it a recommended tactical itinerary, which is just a fancy way of saying, here's your 7-step battle plan.
Let's just walk through this 7-step plan. What's so crucial here is that it doesn't start with action. It starts with preparation. Step 1 is to get all your evidence together. Then, and only then, do you start making moves. You begin with direct, private emails, and then you escalate to public stuff, like a petition and getting the media involved. The whole thing wraps up with ongoing PR and, this is key, relentless follow-up. It's a full-court press, a coordinated attack from every possible angle. Let's zoom in on that first step, because it is so important. Prepare the file. The playbook is crystal clear on this. Before you even think about sending an email or a tweet, you have to build an airtight, credible case. This isn't about just making noise. It's about showing up with the receipts. You have to be right, and you have to be able to prove it.
And it's not vague about it either. The playbook gets super specific on what kind of proof you need to pull together. We're talking things like international resolutions, links to academic papers, official statements. You even take screenshots to show exactly what the problem is. And that last point is so powerful, get a list of credible organizations to sign on with you. You're basically borrowing their authority to show that this isn't some fringe request, but something with serious, broad support.
But here's what makes this playbook so grounded. It's not just a go-get-'em plan. It also gives you a serious reality check. The last part of the document is all about managing your expectations. It tells you what you should probably expect from a giant corporation and how to prepare for it. This is about being strategic, not just idealistic.
So the source gets real about the challenges. It points out that a company like Google is always trying to balance official government sources with something they call local consensus, basically what people on the ground are saying. It also warns you, hey, these companies get a million requests like this, so you better be precise and you better be persistent. And maybe the most important warning, be prepared for a very bland, technical, or neutral response. Don't be surprised by it, just have your own public response ready to go. So when you look at this whole playbook, from the carefully worded letters to the simple hashtags, it's really a fascinating blueprint for how you try to influence these huge digital gatekeepers. And it all boils down to one really big question for all of us. In an age where our world is literally mapped out and defined by these platforms, who gets to write the final draft? Who's the editor of our shared reality? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.